Well, Gordon, I know you had a great Flash.
Yeah,
Good
right. Get it
relationship.
right.
Exactly. Gordon, like since I was 4-year-old and I'd just been caught nicking something out of the kitchen.
No, I know you've got a broadcast of your own to do tonight or this afternoon. Is
Yeah, I've got a bit of time for you, though, Mark. That's why I said you come on early.
Well, we've got some questions that came in from the supporters who, as Mickey said, held you in such high esteem, and I just wondered whether we could shoot through a few of them and see what comes up. So,
100%.
that's all right with you. The first one was, what was the team spirit like during your time at Pools?
Well, they've just watched this, they'll know, wouldn't they? It was brilliant. We had good jokers. There was a couple of snakes early on, and I mean, first 3 weeks, but I think they left, and then there was no one. They were all potential son-in-laws, you know. They were really good lads. They really were good lads. And you know me, if I found one that I'd be able to say their name as clear as, but no, there wasn't one. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want your daughter coming home with Trig, you know what I mean? But obviously, but the rest, they're all right, you know.
Yeah,
no, it was so good.
I think people always speak about this. Oh, there were a bunch of friends, or this, that, and the other. One thing that doesn't get brought very often is we were quite happy to have an argument with each other. I remember having a fist fight with Humps in the tunnel over something that happened on the pitch, and I was so angry about it. I was like in his face, and then we played the second half. After you shake hands, you have a pint, and it's forgotten about. And it wasn't all nicey. It wasn't all every day we having a laugh and this and the other. There'd be raging arguments. There'd be people pushing each other, but it was taken in the spirit of this is all because we want to improve or want to win, and that for me is as much team spirit that you can accept someone give you a bollock and move on. And I think that was a part of it that we did really well.
100%. Because the thing is, we'd all again go back to what we said right at the beginning of the show, that we come from professional clubs. Proper professional clubs, and we've seen grown men when we were only 18, 19 do exactly the same thing, and it's all about winning and improving and just being able to do them things. It's almost like being in the classroom. Or another way I'd look at it is like it's like a family, and you have an older brother, a younger brother. Now, if the older brother's giving it to you, you're going to give it to the younger one. The younger one will get chirpy, but over the course of time, if someone else comes in, then all three of you back up and you take them on. So you can fight with your loved ones, but when you go out on the pitch, you're just together. And that we were together. There was very few to isolate. Management were brilliant at it. I mean, Westy, he was unbelievable as a ringmaster of just sort of keeping the animals okay in the zoo, you know. But when we went out on the Saturday, 9 times out of 10, we came home with the points.
The next question: what was your favourite game in a Pool shirt?
Wow, that's difficult. I think it would probably be either the Scunthorpe game, because we'd come back from 2-1 down when we knew we were chasing our tails to get into the playoffs, and it meant so much. I think if we'd have lost that game, we wouldn't have made the playoffs. And yet it was one of them games where we'd fought so hard to get ourselves into that position. And then I remember us scoring, and that was probably one of the most elations. But beating Darlington when they really were giving it to us in the tunnel, they were so chirpy. And like, I remember we battered them. I mean, battered them. I remember saying to Madder, because Madder played for Darlington that day, and I'm like looking at Madder going, I am going to absolutely crucify these defenders today, you know. I said, I think they've got the shoes on the wrong feet and everything right in front of them, so they were biting. And I think Lids, he kneed me in the face 2 or 3 times early on. We got up, and it was lovely because it was that lovely drizzly day where the ball was skidding about. We played little 1-2s. They were hod carriers compared to us, so I loved that day. But obviously, I broke my leg that day as well.
Yeah.
You beat Darlington. I mean, is there still a club called Darlington now? Do they still play football?
Yeah.
No, seriously, that was a serious conversation.
Yeah,
serious comment.
North Darlington have fought their way back to National League North now. Yeah.
Back from where did they go?
Yes, they had to reform in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the Northern League.
Was that because that Wiggy geezer? Did he do something wrong? You know, the geezer that used to sell the old kitchen tops and that.
George Reynolds, yeah. I think
Did
it
he have
was
something to do with
a
it?
combination of him and another owners who went in after him, and then the club,
Ah.
sadly, it went in.
Who cares anyway? Who cares? You know
uh,
what I mean?
Next one, favorite striker you played alongside. I guess you could say Pools or anywhere else in your career, I suppose, if you wanted to.
No, only let's just pause only this. It's a hard one, isn't it? Effian, yeah. Oh,
That
you have to
Darlington
say
game,
Effian.
you and Effian were like it was like
We were sizzling, absolutely sizzling. I mean, yeah, there was a couple of assists, but yeah, I would say FEM because, but Boydie, like they started doing things that we were talking about. He used to drive me, just passed his test. But you know, let's a quick one with Boydie. He had no pace. He weren't the bravest. He had unbelievable feet, but he scored goals, and honestly, he could keep it off you in a phone box. What? Listen, and I tell you another thing. Talk about shooting early. We used to talk about this on the way. You don't need to get the ball out your feet and the goal don't move, right? So if the goal don't move, you know where you are on the pitch. The amount of times he used to shoot through people's legs because they weren't even expecting it and score goals. And then obviously he does do his turns and everything else, but he was a good player as well. But I'd have to say probably Effian. I think Effian was a really, really good player, and he complemented the other sides of my game.
What was your favourite goal that you scored for the club? Does one stand out? Is it that Oxford one?
No. God, how long you got? Yeah, not how long you got because I got to think of it. How long you got because there's so many. I tell you, Exeter was a really, really good goal. It was like a side foot volley from the edge of the box.
Mm-hmm.
But in fact, did you lose all the videos to my goals? Because there's a flood or something, and you lost my CD.
We did. Oh God, your memory is killing me. We had VHS tapes, and they got stored away in an area that was then flooded, and we lost quite a lot of footage from.
My goals, because that goal, honest to God, it was a cross from the right. It might have been Trig. It was a bit behind me, and I should have took a touch and shot, but I side-footed it into the top corner, and I think we might have won 1-0 or maybe got a goal later on in that game. But obviously, I was fortunate. I scored some good goals against, like, obviously the whole one where I had to encourage the whole fans to clap the goal. It was that good, or the Halifax goal away from home when the keeper had no right to even dive, and he did, or the Boston one where. Basically, I just one touch, left foot, right foot shot, and it stayed at the same height all the way. It was like an exocet, and it just like 2.5.
I think it was the Boston one where I asked you after the game what it felt like when the ball hit the net, and you said, "I don't know, I didn't see it hit the net. I'd already started celebrating."
But it's true because you had that vision. It's true though, Mickey, isn't it? Your 4 times of scoring a goal, you remember, right? You hit the ball and you know it's going in. There will be the odd time where the keeper might pull off a weldy and you'll go, what, did that not go in? Has he ever got to that? But no, there were so many. I was fortunate enough to strike the ball correctly and they went in. But Oxford away was obviously a big goal because obviously it got us 3 points and that cemented us again at the top of the league. I think it was early. Was it like late August or something?
Yeah, I think.
And obviously Mickey's lot at the back, they kept a clean sheet for once.
I have to say, Flash, none of the 4 goals I scored, I was that confident when I hit them.
Just be happy when they're on target.
I didn't peel off doing the shearer as soon as I hit them. I know
that. 4 man's shearer. No, so yeah, there was plenty. Other people might have. I had a right foot volley where I played it round the corner to Tinks. Tinks then played the one over the lad's head, and I ran onto it. I think it was like 7th minute against Orient and bottom right and left hand corner. Yeah. So yeah, there was so many. We've scored some good goals, you know.
Do you know what, Simon? I'm just thinking on the back of this, we should ask the fans what their favourite goal is. Yeah. Because it might not have been the actual best goal, but it might have been the way they celebrated the goal, what it meant to them. They'll drive home after the game. So maybe we should chuck it back to them and say, like,
we will.
Because I don't think their memories will always be about the best finish or the best. It might be that as Flash scored, someone tripped over. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, exactly.
we'll chuck it back to them, Flash, and see what they come back with.
I tell you, there was probably it's only like 6-7 yards out was the Scunthorpe game when we were 2-1 down and I got the equaliser, and then we went on to win 3-2. I think that was one of my most important goals, or Exeter away on the very last game of the season when we needed to win to get in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yeah.
Which was left foot, but again.
Like that one, Flash, that might have, like, if you're travelling back from Exeter, your club's just got in the playoffs, someone will have some unbelievable memories about that journey home.
Yeah.
Because of that goal, won't there? So I think it'll be interesting to ask them but let them give us a reason why.
Yeah. I was 5-1 that day. 5-1, first goal scorer.
This is the last question, and you have mentioned it a few times.
Well, you didn't have many questions, did you? I thought you said they've been like waiting for years.
do you know what? Right? I've got written down loads of stuff here. So I've got people writing, people commented, but there wasn't often a question embedded in it. So there was people saying he's on my first pick in any of the teams I would pick for Hartlepool. Best ever striker I've seen play for Hartlepool. There was one guy who said he still remembers.
I didn't make Mickey's team though, did I? See, I was watching. I didn't make Mickey's team. I was on the bench, Mickey. I did agree with you, though. I did agree with you.
You just come back from that injury, Flash.
No, I made you right because I thought that Joel and Boydie were very good. With myself and Effie on the bench, I was nodding, going, "Yeah, that's fair, that Mickey."
To be fair,
won't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
There was a question about it. You took someone's cigarettes in Holland and they've never got the money back.
Yeah, but listen. Yeah, but them being able to tell that story is worth 200 times me giving them the 1 guilder. I mean, you know what I mean? Benson and Edges. I wouldn't smoke Benson and Edges if you paid me. Marlboro Lights were my cigarettes, and I was more than happy to be smoking them. But yeah.
No, there's another guy saying he still remembers now that you signed his shirt at Rushden when he was 11, and he said it meant the world now, and he still remembers the moment, and he's still got the shirt. So there's lots of people writing their big memories of you playing at Hartlepool, you know.
Was that the Rushden game, the last game of the season?
Yeah, I think it must have been, yeah.
He's got to be gutted if I gave my medal to the person behind him.
The autograph.
Yeah, I'll sign yours, but you can have me medal. No, I think I was going to, I can't even remember what happened to that. I think I might give it to someone, and Davey was behind me because we was going to Newmarket. I think he grabbed it off him or something.
The other question we had, someone did actually ask, is it true that the bookies at Seaton went bankrupt due to the volume of bets placed on Flash to score the first goal at every home game?
No, not bankrupt. It just basically facilitated a few extra bets during the week. And obviously, and the funny thing is, people don't notice about it, but I actually went in rehab for 10 years. I didn't have $1 bet for 10 years in 2007 to 2017 because my addictive personality obviously just took over when I had retired. I had all three of the poisonous triangle: time, place, and money. Mm-hmm. So yeah, even if I went to a golfing charity in fact, I did it for Hartlepool. I was not gambling or anything, but I still supported the charity. So maybe I bought sort of 50 quid's worth of raffle tickets.
Yeah.
And it was Hartlepool. It was Humps, or it was someone's Hartlepool Supporters Club golf do. And I gave the raffle tickets to people on my table. And there was a young 13-year-old lad, and he won like 4 prizes. I was so pleased for him. Do you know what I mean? He was going home with like a new golf shirt, umbrella. I was thinking, yeah, I was so pleased. So yeah, I basically for 10 years I was like in rehab. I actually did the Samaritans helpline,
right,
for a bit. Yeah, poacher turned gamekeeper.
So are you
got all serious now? You don't know what to say, do you?
Well, it got deep.
With your job now, Flash, obviously, are you gambling now again, or is that part of?
Yeah. No, totally. But I can take it or leave it, Mickey. I'm not interested in if the right situation pops up where I think that I'm right and I've got an edge. Yeah, and it's all documented as well on all my shows. I learned that gambling wasn't my problem. I was the problem. And if it wasn't gambling, it would have been cocaine. If it wasn't cocaine, it would have been alcohol. If it wasn't alcohol, it might have been whores. If it wasn't whores, it might have been something else. But the one thing I would say is that when you have that addictive personality, you're on a fine line between genius or lunatic. And I was like that sort of every week, you know. But then I realized that me picking up was just a shortfall in my head. So I then understood that now if I have a bet, I have a bet because it's almost like someone else might go and spend $500 on a meal for their family, or $200 for the 4 of them to go to the cinema. Do you know what I mean? But in my case, I've got a chance to win, and this is not my first rodeo. I know what type of things I need to be getting involved in. But I can go weeks and weeks without not having a bet. Weeks, no, not even interested if it's not right.
Well, Flash, it's been fantastic having you on. Honestly, the passion with which you speak, so many years on, it's infectious. Like, so I've really enjoyed it, and I'm sure you have as well, Mickey. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's lovely to see you, first of all, Flash. I can't remember the last time I did see you, but as soon as you hear you speak, you get like, I get taken straight back in the dressing room when you used to speak in the dressing room. Then it's that sort of passion, isn't it? It's that passion that you had, whether you were having a go at someone, whether you were encouraging someone, it was always done with passion. And I think that's the one thing you can still hear from you now, how happy memories you have from your time at Hartlepool.
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? It was the best times. And the thing is, you didn't stop there. You kicked on, and obviously then went and got promoted again. It was like, or down and up, down and up. It was like, it was great. It was great. It was no longer, obviously we're looking at it now, but it's one of those where it wasn't an automatic re-election situation at the start of the season. It was, come on then, let's try and put ourselves on the map. And I think that whole squad. Did I hear that someone's got like roads and that named after them and that? Is it just umps?
You've got one, Mickey, haven't you?
Yeah. Shut up.
I went the other day. It's the first time I've ever been. I took my little girl down.
Beautiful.
And,
how many is there? There's you.
I bet it's a cul-de-sac. I bet it is. I bet it is. I bet it's a cul-de-sac. There's no long balls in that road. Come on, baby. Love that, Mick.
I think there's about.
You deserve it, my lad. You deserve it.
Cheers, Flash. Yeah. But if I get an extension, I'll name it the Flash extension.
Yeah, no. Mine will be on that dodgy part where it was all steel windows and that up the other side of Vicky Park. Are they still closing down them pubs and all the estates and that?
Yeah. I think there's a few probably gone since you were there. Yeah, sadly.
Good. Oh, just a quick one then before we say goodbye. Obviously, good luck to Charlie Seaman. Charlie Seaman is a player from I knew when he was at Bournemouth, and we were looking with Matt Letitia and myself to basically guide and bring players on. And Charlie was my boy. I spotted Charlie, and we was going to look after him. He decided to go elsewhere at the age of like 17 and a half, but I stayed, and I knew that he had the ability to be a player. So hopefully he kicks on. He's just got to make sure that he believes in himself and continues doing. Because
he's a tremendous star, Flash. I watched him live last Tuesday, and he scored an unbelievable goal.
I know. I tweeted it and went, not a bad strike, my lad. He didn't half strike it, but he followed it up with cutting inside. Yeah. Got a bit lucky because I tell you, this is the other thing with Charlie. He has that self-doubt. If you have a little look when he cuts in from the right against Southend last weekend, he sort of just takes half a step before he gets lucky with the bobble. And then when he gets lucky in the bobble, he then finishes it well with his left. But he's just got to know that he is far. Remember what we said again 20 times in this conversation. He's better than this level. So go out, give yourself 25 games, and don't look back.
Yeah, brilliant.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was going to ask you about him. I forgot about your connection with him. 2 great goals, right foot, left foot,
Yeah.
Don't be expecting no headers, though, but do be expecting. Listen, he's got a wicked free kick on him as well.
He's got a real threat about him. They've got him and another young lad called Dan Dodds who plays right in the 3. Who is a fullback, really, so he bombs on all the time. Seaman bombs on, and the lad Mancini, I think he's called. They've got an amazing sort of connection down the right-hand side, and they'll get a few goals between them, the 3 of them.
Good lads. Yeah, we like that. We like goals.